overnight, several still missing. So the Fijian women looking to try and lift the spirits of their country, men and women back home. Alhambra Nieves in charge of this one. She's all smiles. We hope you are too. Wherever you are watching on from around the world, we had huge uptake through France and the USA yesterday. The UK had their computers set to the sevens out of Sao Paulo as well, and we are off and running in this semi-final of the plate. And right off the bat, it's Brown charging into the defence for England, and they concede a penalty early on. Nangasau, Tinai dumbing, and Tinai goes and pops it down for the opening try after just 30 seconds of action.
Well, we know that Fiji have got plenty of threats across the field. We know how magical they can be at times. That there was just quite simply Tinai outrunning Hunt, who's no slouch herself. But she had a player on the outside, so maybe Hunt hesitated slightly because of that. But yeah, really good start for the Fijiana team.
Looking to add the extras, has hit that sweetly. Fiji hit first. They're up by 7 against England. Squeezing the pass out the side was Nangasau. Prolific offloader, and then the issue compounds there, not releasing on the ground as England look to go quickly, and they'll bring it away through Hunt. Great lead-up play here to release Brown, who is going to get around the defence, and England hits straight back via Abby Brown.
Yep, simple stuff again from England. Just the hands, putting the ball through, timing the passes, putting them in front of the runners. Brown, debut tournament here. Nice little 5-pointer for her, but of course it was about that Fijian defence, wasn't it? They all came outside in on that umbrella, and it meant that England had all kinds of numbers on that right-hand side.
Conversion attempt is an absolute corker. It slides in off the boot of Katie McLean, and we are all locked up.
Yeah, there's an element perhaps with all the changes with this English team for the coach there, Simon Middleton, is to give them some game time, a bit more experience and competition.
That's going to go over the top of everyone and find touch. Get the impression that the try score there for England, Abby Brown, will be around this English setup for some time to come.
Yeah, she's super tall, helps in the line out, that kind of thing. Jumping up there probably put Fiji off.
Excellent pop ball from Fiji off the deck, and goes into the hands of Nayo Mbasali, and she can't hang on to it. England will have the opportunity here to counter with Packer taking it 40 from the try line. Across to Allen. Here is Brown. That's a good low tackle coming from Nangasau. Nangasau go looking for the quick tap off the mark, so they'll reload and do it once more.
Yeah, I think when Brown went in there, she went to ground quite early. And when she did, she went on her side. It was very easy for the Fijian defenders just to stay on their feet, keep their balance and attack for that ball at that ruck.
Nangasau, the go-to for Fiji. And tap back, play on is the call. And Gato is wrestled into the turf, and it Pops out the side for the English. Herring away with it goes Brennan. Fiji are up to the threat and they get numbers to the breakdown. Now tap and go via Rongitha. Here comes Riwai, Nangasao with Pain Bansali. Nangasao, the rangy playmaker, Thinger. She went to Tamoy. Tamoy switching now to Nangato. Riwai. Nangasao stopped in her tracks, but she's strong enough to stand in the tackle, and they're able to get the passes away here. Looming on the outside is Nayam Batsali, and instead opting to do it all herself, or try to, was Tinai. She had numbers to burn, but opted to go herself. Still Fiji are on attack. However, we're going to have a yellow card for the English.
Oh, yeah, that's Hunt going off. When Tinai had that ball then, she had a player outside her. I wanted to say, run, Forrest, run, because she was so slow. But look, they're going to get the points anyway. Are they? Yes.
Tamoy does it with a bit of style. Why put it down with two hands when you can do it with one? Just extends the long right arm to grab her fourth try in her sevens career. Let's have another look at it, Mel.
Maybe the most laid-back try that we've seen. Maybe not from Katie McLean's point of view, because she was trying really hard to stop her, but, you know, just that casual handover.
She managed to transfer the ball in and around the back of McLean as well. Standard and the
Fijian
day in the
style.
life of a Fijian's life, isn't it?
Totally.
Kicks on its way. The kicking is perfect from both sides, and it is 14-7 to Fiji over England.
Nangasal, really experienced player. She's been around for a number of years at the Coral Coast Sevens. I've seen her play.
Hard running from the English to try and clear their territory. Going back and pick it up is Brennan. Brown puts on footwork, holds the pass up well. Allen, she can't find a way through, and Fiji pounce at the breakdown. Nangato, the opposite number, did the damage for Fiji on that occasion, and this time round, kicking ahead is Tinai, and that'll do us for the first half of action in this plate semi-final between Fiji and England, and it is the women in the black jerseys up 14 points to 7.
Yeah, it's nice to see Fijiana get a good start to a game. I know their minds have been elsewhere with friends and family back in their hometown.
Chris Cratnell, the Fijian coach, and speaking to him earlier, was saying that some of the girls have been unable to get in contact with their families back home, but that is a state of play there in terms of the communication being down in Fiji after the cyclone hit, so hopefully there are no dramas for those women on your screens at home.
Really feel for them, don't you?
Stay away from the contact area as much as possible. Yeah, let's try it. Because they're turning in, two passes, we're going to be on the edge of them. Then it's just a case of working really hard to get to the support. Somebody goes to the line, we've got to get there. We've got to just smarten our speed to be up a little bit quicker. But the bottom line is, if we get away from the contact area, that's what we're trying to do.
I agree with the beat, but we're not helping ourselves. You're first, don't fucking carry. You've got it.
Understandably, the English are quite worked up there, so I apologise for the colourful language coming out.
Yeah, it's always interesting because Simon Middleton, the coach for England, often talks about not going into contact. And it's like these English girls go back to script of what they know, because they will play quite a bit of 15s-a-side rugby.
If you want to get involved in the chat around the game, hashtag it with Sao Paulo Sevens. I'd love to hear where you're watching on from around the world. And if you want to get your own taste of what's happening here across day one and early here on day two, don't forget you can follow at World Rugby Sevens on Twitter. Instagram, just go straight for the World Rugby account, and Facebook also. Give them a like and you'll be treated to some outstanding women's sevens. And one that you really want to get your eyes on is Heather Fisher, the English tearaways handoff yesterday, one of the best we've seen in quite some time.
Amazing.
England are going out on the fly here. They are back to the full complement. 7-on-7 once more, and it'll be Fiji with the perfect chance to perhaps add to their 7-point lead.
Don't forget we do the tournament team too. We select that after the final. So if you want to give us your point of view on who you think's been great, get on Twitter. Go for it.
Fiji dummying and trying to get through his Vondor. Vondor finds Tinai. They go wide now to Nangasau. Sharp feet from Ravisa, the lightweight flyer. Unfortunately, her pass misses the mark, and England are out of jail for the moment. Oh, the pick-up and the touchdown. Yes, thank you, says Tima Ravisa.
Ravisa, that was just wicked, wasn't it? She thought she was going to be going up to make a big tackle probably, but that ball in her hands, wow. Here it is. England had turned it over, but the pass was just too difficult for Hunt to try and get to, and that young lady there was ready to pounce.
They've kind of woken from their slumber, the Fijians. They've found their mojo. They're in the groove, and they are up against England. They're more fancied rivals, no question. 21 points to 7.
Advantage, knock on. Advantage over.
To come off a Fijian, handed into touch, and that's the way our assistant ref saw it as well. Yeah. Still plenty of time left in this one, though, for England to work themselves back into the game.
Nangato was the one who just put her paws on the ball before it went over there.
Popping there that we were playing the lead advantage for a high tackle.
England need to spread their players a bit wider. I mean, they're using only 3/4 of the field at this point, and you're just not going to really pull that Fijian defence over if you're not utilising the entire width. They've got the skills, width in their pass to do so. It's just discipline of making sure you keep the space. Free-for-all in the old breakdown, isn't it?
Fiji exerting all sorts of pressure and trying to put this one to bed by Nangasau. Gets the pass away to Riwai, and it is all Fiji in the plate semi-final.
Yeah, it's great to see them putting their foot down, putting the gas out there. That initial break right through the middle. Lovely from Nangasau. She knew that she had a couple of black jerseys behind her, and this time it was Riwai who was there on the right. Yeah, they're really starting to play this time, and what I like about Fijiana in this game is that we're not seeing too many of the 50-50 balls without looking behind them. They're actually connecting with their eyesight and passing to the person.
This to stay perfect from conversion spots. Unfortunately for Fiji, it's away, and the the margin stays at 19 points.
Fiji brought on Joanna Salto as well, the 17-year-old, debuted in Dubai.
Here goes Fisher, has been pushing it to the max all weekend. Perhaps a selection for the dream team here in Sao Paulo. Fisher. Richardson, another who's performed strongly for England, ran herself into the ground in the game previous to this, the Cup quarter-final.
Gee, that's a wrestling match right there.
Great refereeing from Nieves, though, who let her play on. Watmore kicking in behind, looking for the chase from Wilson Hardy. There's good line coming up the field for England. Wilson Hardy, the play from Fiji, so slick. That was Kisolo who was back. No breakdown there, so it's play on. Watmore dives on it. Not starting in this one, Joanne Watmore. Fisher pounces. Penalty coming for England. They must score. With this run of play, and later says Natasha Brennan, how about a face full of palm?
Man, that was good. I think a fend is a lady's weapon of choice, if you ask me. Have a look. Bam! Away. Another one. Ravisa was the Fijian player who went down. Good chase from Nagato, but what a try for Natasha Brennan. Good collect.
Kicks away. Score remains 26 points to 12. It's Fiji up against England. Watmore on the hunt, makes the tackle on Nagato. Fisher pounces on it. So the result not in doubt here, but England would love to score another 5-pointer. Richardson over the top was the rangy frame of Nagato, and Fiji can now finish, if they'd like, with some flair to get the locals dancing a little more to the samba music here in Brazil, if they want, or they can just tap it in a touch and say, we're on our way to the plate final, because we are winners against England. 26 points to 12.